I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thanks for joining me on today's video, man. This is the beginning of the muscle car era. What does that mean, Tone? Hold on. I heard people say the GTO was the muscle car beginning, or the Mustang, or the Camaro, or all these other cars. Here's what I got to say to all that. You ready? Wrong. 1963 performance cars are coming out, and they're coming out strong. The 409, maybe it's there. I'm not sure. I'll let you decide and fight over that. But here's what I'm going to tell you. We've had many 409 dual quad cars in here, 409, 409s. And the 426 Max Wedge at 425 horsepower is a real deal, super stock, bad A car, ripping off 12-second quarter miles from the factory. 12-second quarter miles from the factory when a Camaro, a big block Camaro, could barely crack 14. How you doing, huh? These things were, the original ones, had lightweight fenders and hood. They were designed to do one thing and one thing only, and that was to mash the gas and get down the road and make that stuff happen. Make it happen. Anyway, that is what we got here. We got a beautiful representation of what that would have been back in the day. And when cars start to sell for the $150,000 to $200,000 marks, that's why they build cars like this. First off, it's a beautiful restoration. Second, you could drive this car. You take a $200,000 car, a $300,000 car to Cars and Coffee, you're nervous, right? Here, you don't have to. This is a great car. First off, it's a beautifully restored car, and what you're getting is a free car. You say, Tony, how did you even come up with ridiculous things like that? I say, you know what? Thanks for asking. I'm going to tell you how I came up with it. The restoration on this car, $75,000, maybe even a little bit more. It's not selling for $75,000. You had to buy a car to start with, and all of this work that was done, you're basically getting a free car. You're just paying for the restoration. How cool is that? All right, so on our way to authenticity, like building and creating, you know, a replica of the original style cars. We sell Cobras here and things like that, and they are replicas as well because they're super expensive, and you don't want to drive one. In this case here, this is beautiful Ermine White paint. It is significantly nicer than the factory cars, significantly nicer, as in 3 or 4 times nicer. It's white because what you could do is you could put your decals of your race teams and things like that. Maybe you want to put your company name on the side of this car. How cool would that be today, today's company, right? On a 63 Belvedere 426 Max Wedge Superstocker, right? That would be awesome. We could probably help you with those decals. We have a decal cutter who can make us probably make that. I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, all of a sudden that was a great idea. How cool would that be? Anyway, most importantly, I like to talk about paint, and I'll show you what I mean by that. When I say look at the paint, look in the paint, not at the paint. And what I mean by that is look in the paint and see the ceiling and the lights and how crisp these letters are and things like that. When you do that, then you know you have great paint. It's when you see paint and it looks shiny. That's why we do the video, so you can see it. So come on up here and take a quick peek at this and check that out. All the letters, nice and crisp. The ceiling in there too. Looks really, really good. Okay, so the engine under this hood is spectacular looking. You saw the pictures of it. You already know. It's legendary. It's crazy thinking of these engineers back in 1963, right? And this has been built to be very authentic. Like, I want to show you some expensive stuff. First off, these are super high performance factory exhaust manifolds. Look how much they resemble a header, how high they rise. Carter AFBs under here, under the special dual quad intake manifold. Check the stamping right there. Period correct on the front of the engine. Then you have the big radiator here. Also, too, all of this is painted the way it's supposed to. It has electronic ignition added to it, right? You also have the fender tag is here. We have a Mopar battery topper that's supposed to go on that will kind of finish the engine compartment, make it kind of look cool. But I wanted you to see that just kind of arrive, so we want to make sure we get that done. And lastly, it's the sound that it makes. It's a lot of carburation, it's a lot of cubic inches, it's a lot of power, and when you put this thing in first gear and you use the push button transmission, and wait till we get to check out that push button transmission, Tone, what's that mean? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that as well. But in the meantime, you wanna go to a car show, you wanna show some friends some cool stuff. This, my friend, right here, cross ram dual quad big block 426 is bad A. All right, so you're riding behind this car and you have to know that something's going on. It is a ridiculous amount of tire stuffed underneath there. The size of the exhaust legs, 3-inch exhaust. Look at the size of those elephant legs hanging out the back, right? But then it's a beautiful restoration. All new chrome, stainless, taillights, bezels, emblems, trim. Some trim you can't even get that you had to polish and find somewhere else that's not reproduced anymore. The interior looks so beautiful from behind you, especially with the tack and all the gauges that are there. And lastly, in here we have a beautifully restored trunk. Comes with a cool sign, tells you a little bit about this vehicle and what it is. All detailed, all painted like a Mopar is supposed to be, where many other cars, trunks, General Motors, Ford, whatever, painted, satin black or splatter paint or whatever. Mopars, they spent the money painting the inside of the trunks, painting the inside of the engine compartments. It was just a higher quality finish, and you can clearly see how beautiful this is done. All right, so listen, I don't know how to explain this to you, but when this car is running and idling, it scares people. Cars and coffee, car shows, something like that, you pull up, it's cool. However, as cool as it may be, the inside of this car may be even cooler. So let's get in there real quick and see, because I just want to say that restoration and authenticity is what we're looking for. So we got our nice tack here, right? We can see that easy. 120 mile an hour speedometer, full array of factory gauges, but an upgraded set of modern gauges too. Original AM radios in the car, speaker would have come through there, right? Little stuff like turn signals and lights and horn, like all that stuff works the way it's supposed to. This has rubber floor mats in it. We might want to get a set of carpeted mats. Do we want to get a set of carpeted mats that say Max Wedge on it, or 426 Max Wedge? I don't know, maybe. And then lastly, we have, well, not really lastly, let me just finish. New seat foams, new seat covers, new carpets, new kick panels, dashes painted correctly, new headliner. All of the back there with the Plymouth symbols that are embossed inside there. The door panels are high end. You can tell that they're very, very nice. The steering wheel's been restored. The dash has been restored. I get so excited about this because I know how much this takes. I just said to you in 25 seconds how great this interior was. It probably took 4 months to get done. I didn't mean to minimize it. Climate controls here. And then lastly, we have probably the coolest transmission of any car ever, in my opinion. IMHO, in my opinion. And here it is. What we have now is push button, reverse, neutral, drive, second, first gear. I'm going down the road, I'm in drive, and some punk, I'll call him, punk, pulls up next to me and says, "Hey, Pops, how you doing?" And I say, "Funny pants, what you got going on over there?" He says, "Oh, I got it." "And you're going to bring it?" "Oh, you're going to bring it? All right." And I'll push it into first gear. I push it into first gear, and we go. And I just put it to the floor, and we are gone. Second gear, boom. I don't have to take my hands off the wheel. Boom. Third gear. I'm looking in the rear view mirror back there with him and his girl crying like a little, I won't say the word, but you know what I'm saying? Crying like a baby, right? Which has happened. "Oh, you went too soon," or whatever, some excuse they'll make. But that's how cool that transmission really is. People are going to look at this car and they're going to go, "What is that thing, man? Look at the tires back there. Look at the scoop on it. Like, what's a 426 under the hood?" And you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's what you got." And what you got is this right here. Solid lifter camshaft, big carburetors, high revving. So what's it like to drive a high horsepower kind of factory race car? And the truth of the matter is, it drives great. The interior is really nice, that's for sure. And it's easy to drive. I'm driving one-handed, got my arm out like I'm supposed to, and I'm enjoying the ride as we're heading down the road. Sounds good, feels good. Wow, it's not so stiff. You can tell that the weight transfer will be really good once you get on the gas. and make that launch. I like to leave that kind of stuff for the new owner like yourself. I don't like to abuse the cars. I like to let the new person get to abuse it as much as they want. That way you know I handed you a really nice car and you can do what you want with it. I know everybody's asked me, say, listen, man, take that thing out on the straightaway and let's see what she'll do. And I say, you know what? I already know what she'll do. And I'm going to let you decide what she'll do. So that way you won't say, Tone, you drove my car a little hard. I don't like that, right? So I say, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to drive your new car hard. I'm going to let you enjoy the drive of it. I can't get over how fast this car is and how nice it drives and how easy it rides. It's like one-handed driving. This is great. You can hear the solid lifters in there. You can hear those carbs. I haven't opened them up at all. I'm just cruising along. Anyway, thanks for riding with me in this bad machine. If you don't mind, hit the thumbs up down below. It helps get our message out. Subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time, and maybe share it with your friends. They might see some new stuff that they like. Thanks again for riding with me, and I will see you on the next one. Was that a great test drive or what? I told you, I'm surprised that we survived it. Anyway, just kidding. It's an easy driving car. But when you get on it, man, you need to be pointed straight. Just be thinking about that. That's for sure. And that's how much fun and smiles it adds to everything. Also, too, we looked at restoration. We looked at the size of the engine. We looked at the dual quads. We looked at those cool exhaust manifolds. The engine on this is really maybe even better looking than the 426 Hemi with all of the things that it has going on. People have talked about that for years. This has exhaust cutouts on it too. If you decide to take it to the track, you just uncap the side exhaust and it dumps right out the side. You don't have to go through the mufflers and all that stuff. You're getting some extra power just because you need it, right? And then we have a beautiful restoration on a cool looking car that just sounds great, and it is a lot of fun. We need to find a way to get it in your garage.